Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet an award-winning marketer who's going to teach us all how to tell our own story a little better. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as the owner of a marketing firm myself, I'm passionate about branding and helping people tell their stories. And when I run into a brilliant storyteller, I have to have him on my show. And Alex Duplan is in the studio. He's actually a returning guest. He's with The Creative Way. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, I'm thrilled to have you in the studio, and I love the way your mind works. I bet you can't watch a TV commercial without critiquing it.
Yeah, it's hard. I've been doing this for so many years that my brain works in that way. You know, I need to see why they're communicating that, to who, how.
Yes.
It's getting complicated, but it's fun. That's what I do, and that's
sure.
What I like to do.
And I guess when you sit down with a client for the first time, do you talk about a theme? So, like, let's suppose I ran a conservative law firm, very buttoned down, not crazy stunt kind of thing. You talk to the law firm about how do we get your message out and in what format?
Correct. So what I use creativity to do this. For me, it's the way to go. So I ask them first how they decide to do this, why, what is the problem, and then give a solution. And the solution has to be always with their creativity, trying to push as hard as we can.
Sure.
To make that connection with the goals that they want. And these times, all the social media, everything that it's running so fast. So you have to be very creative in a way so people can stop your ad and look at it and figure it out. If it's not something that grab attention and it's good, they just swipe and go.
Absolutely. We're going to scroll down your website because as we get to know Alex better, the man's worked on Super Bowl commercials. I mean, how many people in advertising can say that? And they are award-winning ads. In fact, Avocado from Mexico, this is a company that was winning all kinds of awards for Super Bowl ads, weren't they?
Yeah, that was a great experience for me. With 2 years in a row work for that brand, and that brand is fantastic, and they like creativity.
Sure.
So it was perfect for me, and we did all the digital components for the campaign for the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. So it was fun. It was fun.
Well, I like creatives who eat their own cooking because when I was preparing for this show, I found a video, and the video wasn't voiced by a big voice announcer. It was voiced by Alex's son. So let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Mexico City is an awesome place where this really cool guy named Alex Duplan was born. Guess what? Alex Duplan is my dad. He's been working with famous advertising companies like Ogilvy Mexico City, Dieste, and Lerma as a super creative director for a long time. He worked with lots of amazing creative friends and mentors from the industry, and he is really good at making fun and wild campaigns for big brands like HBO, Bud Light, Southwest Airlines, Avocados from Mexico, Procter & Gamble, and even the Super Bowl for 2 years in a row. And the best part, he's won tons of fancy awards from all over the world. He's basically a superstar in the creative world. In 2002, He was even nominated for the best creative person in the country. How cool is that? My dad has also directed awesome stuff for big brands like HBO, Southwest Airlines, Heineken, Lay's, and many more. But that's not all. Alex, my dad, is a total family guy who loves soccer. He's been married to my mom for over 20 years and has 3 amazing kids, including me. He gets his superpowers from his love for God, family, and being a super creative. Go, Dad, go.
First of all, I got to take my hat off to you because I think that was one of the most creative, self-biographies that I've ever seen, because you truly could have had, the traditional announcer voice. What caused you to think about, let me have my son do it?
Well, exactly that. And this is part of why the creative way it's born. I think with all my experience, it's important that teach people and show them that be creative, it's a possibility. Even that is very subjective. There's a process to be more creative. There's certain things that you can apply to help your ideas to be outside of the box. And I think in this case, I'm a family guy, and I think it will be fun to put my son, really, because my son still likes me as he's a 10-year-old, so he still likes me, and he still thinks that I'm his hero. So let's put it there and listen him to tell the story about his hero.
It was so sweet, and when he grows up and gets married one day, you'll have to play that at his reception. I want to talk about the Super Bowl for a second, because think about the pressure that's on you. You produced Super Bowl ads in 2 consecutive Super Bowls. There's a lot of pressure on you. I mean, not only is it millions of dollars for a 30-second ad, but you have all of the media critics, because they do the best and worst ads. And so talk about the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Obviously, I was not by myself. I had a team behind to help a lot. And it's a process for many months, almost half of the year before everything to start creating all this. And we grabbed the digital campaign that it's adapting and putting together all the pieces for communication during the Super Bowl with the fans, and be noticed on the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Have a conversation with them, be on top of the conversations, and that generates leads for the brand too.
Okay, do you get nervous when you have to show the brand the final product?
Yeah, always. I like it, but I still feel nervous. And the Super Bowl is very special because they have a certain layers of people who approve your job. It could be, I think, every creative that you ask for, it could be much better, more creative.
Yes.
But we have layers that we need to respect and follow in a way,
Yeah.
So dilute a little bit, but it's still good pieces, and I'm proud of them. And of course, work in my career was the top of it. I've been doing this for more than 20 years, but do something for the Super Bowl at that time, it's like the top of my career in terms of awareness.
Okay, more on that in a second. We found one of his Super Bowl ads on YouTube. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Behold the bounty of Earth. This is the cube of Rubik. This simple puzzle was actually considered unsolvable by the humans.
Did they not have brains?
Simple ones. Now, this was apparently a 21st century torture device.
How long would they keep them strapped in there?
Sometimes hours at a time. Pretty gruesome. And over here we have their alphabet. It was called emoji. Few symbols could express the vast extent of their emotion. They had chia pets, just like we do. And this is the white and gold dress that caused the Civil War. This is Scott Baio. But most amazing of all are the avocados from Mexico. They're always in season, so you can enjoy them all year long. Anybody want to feed Scott Baio? It's included in the price of admission. No?
I mean, he double dipped. He'll regenerate.
No, he won't. He was a quad mogurt.
Avocados from Mexico.
Okay, no. Congratulations. Not only was it hilarious, but you were just telling me that there was kind of an interactive component.
Yeah, because that's just the commercial. I think Jesse and M did that at the end, and we grabbed that to do the whole digital stuff. One of the pieces that we have in the digital space is that you can take your picture in the front of a computer or your phone, upload it to the museum, and then in some of the running of the spot that you can see your picture in a frame. It's there, so you can be part of it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty good, pretty cool.
Well, let's talk about how you interact with your clients, and what does a good client look like for you?
A good client for me will be the one that really wants to be a little bit more noticed than the regular. If you have challenges in your communication and you have certain goals that you need to achieve, for me, creativity is the way to go. And if they're in sync with that,
yes,
I think it will be a great partnership.
And you're much more affordable than some of these really big firms, aren't you?
Yeah, and actually, I don't think there's a competition there with that agency because they have their own creative departments and things like that. I think in my case, it's take my experience and I develop this keynote that I can teach and show to entrepreneurs, to mentors, influencers, companies, brands, anybody who wants to really give a little bit that extra step to achieve. Because at the end, they ask themselves sometimes, why I don't meet my goals? Why my marketing is not working as it's supposed to?
Sure.
Everything could be fine, media could be fine, all those stuff, but always has to push for a little bit of creative.
Yes.
Be a little bit different to the rest. And there's that, like I told you before, there's a system.
Yes.
There's a method here that it's not just like, something come to my mind and it's done no.
Yes.
It's part of it, but it's observation, it's interruptions, it's a lot of stuff that works to be have a better idea and push to the limit a little bit.
And as your son narrated so brilliantly, you're a family man. I want you to give a shout out to your wife, because behind every great entrepreneur is
she's my anchor. She's been with me forever. She's there. So she's in this new situation for us. She's in charge of a lot of stuff that I've been doing behind. So I'm proud of it.
She's sitting behind the scenes, so we won't show her. But I love. I'm a hopeless romantic, and so I love their love story and how they're able to work.
And we have 3 beautiful kids too.
Yeah.
So
wow.
we have fun.
Well, in the last minute or so, Alex, look into the camera on the left and talk to the person who is saying to themselves, "I think I just found my branding company."
Yeah. So I invite everybody who wants to. Learn a little bit of a creative process that you can implement in your campaigns or in your marketing for yourself or for your company, whatever you need in terms of communication, and you want to connect with that people to give you better results, better ROI. My keynote is designed to help you in terms of creativity. How to get there in a way that it's not the regular box.
Outstanding. I love it. You've been a great guest. We're going to end with the website, which is alexduplan.com. The creative way, Alex Duplan. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.